All right. So let's make sure audio is okay and that I'm live on the places that I need to be live on. Looks like Rumble is okay. It looks like YouTube is okay as well, and so is X. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this in the comments. So yeah, thank you to the 8 people that are watching on X, the one person that's watching on Rumble, and then the 14 people that are watching on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Todd. Audio is good here on YouTube. You can hear me, Kevin. Thank you for letting me know. Um, so yeah, we're just looking at the market today. I really don't think there's too much right now. I wouldn't say that there's anything that's really running per se. Bonk seems like it's making a move. Caspa is very positive, but there's a lot of things that are down today. So it's not really the most exciting day. But then again, it's like there's a lot of things that are in there that are saying sell the news, and that's really where we stand with all of that. So um, good morning, Joey Rez. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday. Yeah, today is trash pickup for us. So we're waiting for them to pick up all these cardboard boxes that we have uh, out on the curb. I had to take out so many cardboard boxes, so much recycling. And the crazy thing is that um, I couldn't do anything about it, about the like wet cardboard because it's raining. It's been raining for like 2 days, 3 days straight. So now we have wet cardboard, which I hear that they can't do anything with recycling wise. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? I have so much cardboard that's there, and I can't just put it in the recycling bin. Right? I have too much. So, so yeah, I guess good luck with all that stuff. But yeah, the market is definitely I wouldn't say it's dead. It's just you're not seeing many things that are running. It's good to see Bonk that's making a little bit of a move. It's also good to see Caspa making a move. After I invested the last, $500 into it, I had $500 that was already invested, or sorry, yeah, it was like $500 that was already invested into it. And now we're picking back up to a level of about 12 cents. So if we're picking back up to a level of about 12 cents, um, that's giving me or getting me to a level to where I'm positive. No, I don't want KuCoin. Why am I in KuCoin? I can't even use KuCoin. Maybe in 6 hours we should see an upturn. Maybe you're not. I don't think you're wrong. I mean, we're seeing a lot of red that's in the market for the last hour. If we look at even Caspa, it's down 3% for the last hour. Still up 2%, or sorry, 10% in the last 24 hours. But you're seeing a lot of things that are down, in the last hour. Bonk is up 22% right now, down 14% for the last 7 days, but up 22%. I do see that TRB is up quite a bit. I know somebody asked me about that yesterday. I've been seeing this move. I just never made a move into the position, which is crazy because the last month it's up 206%. So not only up 100%, up to a level of $200, you're looking at $76 to $236. This is kind of the impact that I'm looking to see. Matt, are you shadow banned? You're never in my notifications on YouTube when you're live. I mean, it's something where it's probably more or less the amount of videos that I upload. So I'll upload sometimes 3 to 4 videos in a day plus a live stream. And if you have that many videos, they only send out like one notification. So live streams are usually not the notification that you'll receive. So it's okay. I gotta update. Yeah, I don't think I'm shadow banned. I don't even know if that's really like a thing that you see across the board. You probably see it on a couple of things where it's like you're shadow banned if you do something like egregious, or I don't know, you do something that's just not to their liking, to YouTube's liking and Google's liking. So yeah, then you'll get shadow banned. But I really don't think that that's the case right now. I think it's just the fact that I upload a decent amount of videos, and yeah. Let's see. Soul broke short-term downtrend. It broke the short-term downtrend. Tell me about Terra Luna Classic. I'm sure we'll talk about Terra Luna Classic as well, because I have my gripes, I have my issues with maybe some people in the community, some people that like claim a certain thing. Like, it's crazy to me. If you want to talk about Terra Luna Classic, let's talk about Terra Luna Classic. Um, and I don't know if this should have been the title, but I think I'm gonna make a video based on that. So first, my what is this? Caspa is up to $1,200, so I'm $97 up, which is definitely a good situation. But when we talk about um, Terra Luna Classic, there are people in the community that truly believe the whole reason why Terra Luna Classic decreased in price. Why Terra Luna Classic fell from a level of 0.00027. That truly believe that the reason why that happened was because of the mention of a tax. When the tax has been mentioned for so long, and the fact that you're mentioning a tax or bringing up this proposal, that's the reason why it decided to decrease, and then all of a sudden it started to increase after the fact that it started to not pass, right? So it was in a point where it was passing and then it wasn't passing. They don't realize that before this proposal even came out, the discussion has already been there. Before this proposal already came out, there were tons of discussions on, increasing the tax and tons of proposals and all of that stuff. And we saw it increase. The market started to increase. We saw an influx of money and an influx of attention into Terra Luna Classic. So we saw that burn, which brought more attention. And then we basically see nothing until we get to this point where we're now getting to a new fresh burn that Binance could do. And then it's going to get to a point where what? It's going to get to a point where Terra Luna Classic. Um, Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I read something, and I don't know why that's even in the chat. Um, but it's going to get to a point where Terra Luna Classic, right? They might end up not doing the burn, and what this narrative will be is that, oh, because we brought up burn, a new burn tax 1.5 or 1.2, that's the reason why Binance stopped burning. There's a chance that Binance might stop burning. I don't want them to, but I don't want to create any type of FUD. But what I am doing is letting you guys understand that there's always a possibility that these things could happen, and we want to understand the negative, right? The worst thing that can happen as well as the best thing that can happen. And to understand that, right, you have to break these things down. All right, if you're gonna talk like that, I'm gonna go ahead and uh, hide you on the chat, and if I'll time you out. But if you come back with anything like that, then um, I'm just gonna kick you, because it's not necessary to just like talk like that, um, and just throw out random dumb questions. Um, but anyways, I'm watching you now, JW. Yeah, I already timed him out. Yeah, if I see anything else, then I would just I'm just gonna kick you. So you're timed out for 5 minutes. Um, but anyways, Terra Luna Classic, I think the the community, even though that has not passed, and I think we've all come to a realization that we might not increase the tax at all. Um, we're trying to get a sense for a new normal, right? And there's still narratives coming up where it's like, because you introduce a tax, you now um, we now can't see anything positive happen with Terra Luna Classic. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to say that that's the reason why this happened. Oh, and also my Christmas sweater finally came in the mail yesterday, which was the 28th. Yesterday it came in the mail. It said it was going to be here the 15th. Then it got pushed to the 21st through the 27th, and it didn't get here until the 28th. So it took 28 days for this sweater to get here. It says altcoin season. We got Atom. We got can't think of anyone else. You got HBAR. You got ADA. You got Solana, Terra Luna Classic, XRP, Jasmine, Pepe, all of these other ones that are here. I like it. I really like the design. Erica was like, "That's cool. I wish you would have been able to wear that on Christmas and Christmas Eve and all the things that you wanted to wear it to." But I think it still will be in my store. So if you want to order it for next year, you can order it for a complete like 365 days from now. It's a little bit less, but yeah. Did you honestly put 10K XRP at did I put 10K XRP at 60 cents? So yeah. And I honestly put 10K XRP at 60 cents. So I have 10,000 XRP, 10,660 XRP. Let me go ahead and go in here. Yeah, 10,659.99 XRP at a level of about 64 cents ish. That's where my like all my or a lot of my money went to, and I'm gonna continue to put more money. If it does drop down and it's truly a sell the news type of thing, then yeah, I will put a lot more money into XRP, hopefully at lower levels than 60 cents. But I would love to be able to come into a lot of cash, but I'm not 100% sure if that will happen. You never know how much you'll be able to make unless you have like just a 9 to 5, but we'll see. I'm asking about Terra Luna 2.0, which is currently trading at 90 cents. I mean, I don't hold any Terra Luna 2.0, I don't believe. Maybe in my Kraken portfolio, but that's it. Will you accumulate more farm? No. I have a 71. I'm sitting on that, and I know that can be worth quite a bit. I could accumulate more and see the success there, but there's so many other places to where I can explore there, and I think I've taken maybe enough of a leap into it, where I put $4,000, $5,000 into it at these levels where we are, and hopefully we can see this thing absolutely push up to a way higher level. Sir, when you read my comment, just loved it. Well, I try. I try to read everyone's comment, but sometimes I don't get to all of them. So I appreciate you guys just being here and conversing with me. I mean, we only have 50 people that are here on YouTube, comparable to like other days where we've had 300 or 400. But this isn't maybe the most popular topic, at least on my channel, about the Bitcoin ETF. But honestly, that's where everyone's concern is you have a lot of speculation behind the Bitcoin ETF approval being a sell the news type of an event, where Bitcoin could fall as low as 32,000 next month if the ETF is approved. They're saying that you would see a massive sell the news there. I honestly think that there's so much support up in these levels, and I don't really know where they're truly getting that from, but I can see how a sell in the news could be a thing. But with the inflow of money into Bitcoin, I honestly can't see how that could be the case, because you're going to have literally hundreds of billions of dollars that are going into these Bitcoin ETFs, right? So, with a series of approvals, I feel like it's going to create, positivity, not negativity. That's what I feel. However, you can have a sell the news type of a situation because you have a lot of people that may have been holding beforehand and are waiting for that inflow of cash so that they can decide to sell. But there's also a larger portion of those people that are probably like, hey, I bought at this level and I want to sell at either the all-time highs or higher, right? But then you have short-term outlooks on it. This is making like me sweat quite a bit, and it's cold in here. Like it's cold down here, and I am sweating just from my armpits. It's kind of. I might need a shirt underneath this. It's like the material is like a material that will make you sweat. It's interesting. Good morning, Branson. Branson. Good morning from Florida. Good morning from Pennsylvania. Raining in NYC. Yeah, it's raining over here as well. And like I said, I put out boxes for the recycling, and yeah, they're not gonna be able to use those pieces of cardboard. From what I understand, when cardboard is wet, they can't even use it. They can't do anything with it. Sorry, I left my phone on the kitchen table to listen while I was making breakfast, and my son thought it would be funny to send some messages while I was distracted. Well, well, yeah, that's okay. Well, I understand that. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about the timeout, but I guess the timeout was warranted because then it gives you the time to get back onto the phone and not have those messages. But that makes sense. It does make sense. Just got paid. I could use about 15 to 30K, and I'll be cool with that. You just got paid, and I could use about 15 to 30K of what? 15 to 30K XRP? We have the ETF and the halving coming closer. Maybe we'll have some more upside coming. Yeah, I agree that we will, and I thought that we would see kind of a little bit of a downturn before the new year starts. And the main reason why I believe we're going to see a downturn, which I want to make into more of a video, the main reason why I think we're going to see more of a downturn in these coming days is because there's a lot of people that may end up be doing it for like tax purposes, right? If you sell your cryptocurrency or you sell your stocks or you sell anything, your losses, you can write off those losses, right? That's where you now are looking at overall how much you did gain. And if you gained a lot in one area, that's a realized gain, but you don't have any realized losses, you have to pay taxes on that larger realized gain that you have. So ultimately, the cutoff as you look at overall realized gain, you want to be able to realize some of those losses as well. So some people will end up doing that, and then they'll end up buying back in the new year, um, so that for tax purposes, it looks better for them. You know, I had that ability to do that earlier in the year, and I definitely have some losses that I took in the crypto market because of in the middle of the year as I was not taking profit, I was taking from um, my short-term investments because of revenue issues and all that stuff there. Um, I took losses on those, so I'm able to kind of write those off throughout the year while I still have my gain that I had in Terra Luna Classic overall, which was pretty high. Actually, the gain for that was in 2021, so I was able to capture that there. But again, realized losses and then a realized gain for Ethereum this year. So yeah, there's been a few gains that I can offset. If that's what your son did, that's hilarious. I'm sorry. What a prankster. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Oh no, brother, not XRP. I'm not on that level yet, bro. I'm talking about all the chronos I'm trying to accumulate by next week. If I were investing my whole check, then I'd be closer to my CRO goals. I hear you. I hear you. Like I said, I have my CRO goal. I really didn't want to have anything more than 100,000. If I was able to invest majority of it at 5 cents, absolutely, I would have more than 100,000. Because just investing in $5,000 worth, at that point would have given me, 100,000 CRO. So if I would have done that, that would have been fantastic. And then if I probably would have bought somewhere around 10,000, having 200,000 overall in CRO. But yeah, I unfortunately invested at a higher point. Started investing at like 30 cents, invested a little bit more at like 40 cents, invested more at 20 and 10 cents, and then down at 5, lowering my cost basis to a level of 10. I can never get this right because I know it's 12 cents because I invested $10,000 at 12 cents. I can never get this right. I always think I invested $12,000 at 10 cents, but that wouldn't make sense because I would have 120,000. So you invested a higher amount, you invested a lower amount at the higher price, right? So $10,000 at like 12 cents, somewhere around there, in between 11 and 12. I've taken a $20,000 loss on Jasmine since buying in last bull run at 17 cents mostly. I've dollar cost average, of course, but definitely no profits to claim here. So you dollar cost averaged to add a lot more in Jasmine coin. You're not just sitting and waiting for it to get back to 17 cents, are you? Like you dollar cost average down heavy because I understand there were a lot of people that definitely took a loss with Jasmine coin and as it was diluting the position. And I was telling people every single, like I had Jasmine coin in the beginning, and when it was on, when it first got introduced on Coinbase, and I said, look, I need to look at this a little bit further because I looked at the dilution and I was like, no, absolutely not. So I got out of the position. Good thing I did. I mean, it was only like, I think like $200, $300, but it would be worth virtually nothing at this point. So yeah, I would have had a major loss there, but hopefully you like average down a decent amount to where now your cost basis is closer to where we are. Yeah, heavy, not waiting to go back up. 2 cents would be great. So basically your cost basis has to be really low. Is it below 1 cent for Jasmine? So currently we have 75 people here, guys. If you can hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. It does help out the channel. It helps out growth. It helps out with just everything. Feel free. Correct. Now it is. Okay, that's good. Because there's a lot of people that make that mistake. That's like I'm waiting for it to get back up to these levels when like in this situation, it's kind of been heavily diluted. So it's gonna be difficult to get up to that level, and you would just be at a break even at that point when everybody else is making a ton of money, growing from less than a penny all the way up to 14 cents or 17 cents, right? Um, because if you have a million down here at this level, 17 cents will get you $170,000. Like that's how that stands. So it's good that you did average down. And it sucks averaging down when you lose so much. Like if you lose, did you like realize the loss at all? I would definitely realize that loss and then buy back in, but you might be risking Jasmine running a little bit. Or you might end up being able to spend all the money that you took out and buy Jasmine at a lower price. That might be the case. But Good morning, Matt. Solana is up over 6% overnight, and no one is talking about it. Solana is up 6% overnight, and no one is talking about it. Um, be the first. Solana was up 6%. I thought they were down. I mean, Solana's up 3% right now. I thought Solana was down. It's up 2.6%. It's down about 1% during the day or in the last hour. It's up 14% or 15% over the last 7 days. But yeah, it's not up a massive amount. The only things that are really up quite a bit, like if we go and look at something, we're going to see Bonk that's up quite a bit. It's up 24%. That continues to increase. You see Teller that's making a move. Caspa is up to 12 cents. So that's up 12%, which is great for me, obviously, because I bought more Caspa at a level of 10 cents. Algorand is up 3%. Mina is up 6%. Axie Infinity, Solana's up 2%. Stacks. So you really don't have many things that are increasing a heavy amount. Where was Celestia? It's at $12.47. Aptos has made quite a bit of a move back up to, $10 or so. Let me look at things that are decreasing the most. You have Woo Network that's decreasing, Terra Luna Classic that's decreasing. Like that's what I don't understand. Like you you it always gets me when the community with Terra Luna Classic keeps pushing for these certain narratives. A tax really decreases volume. If you think a thought of a tax decreases volume, like it's ridiculous. If you're like, hey, this is going to be a 10% tax, that's something I can understand. But a 1% tax and how that could, um, that's going to decrease volume before it's even passed or not passed. And then now it hasn't been passed and we're still seeing Terra Luna Classic drop. It's like, what? And then the narrative or the thought is that Terra Luna Classic and or the Terra Luna Classic community introducing the tax is the reason why it consistently and continually drops. That makes no sense whatsoever. Terra Luna Classic is dropping because of the overall push that it did have. It grew by massive percentages. It was like 300% in a matter of like a couple of days. So seeing that, seeing it over 300%, you're going to see that drop. That's just how that happens. Are you going to see levels to where people decide to maybe take profit up at the top? Yeah, people are going to take profit halfway to the all time highs of these like low areas, right? Um, 27, what is it? 27.00027 was like the high, and the highest point that we got to during this low area was like 0.00065 or something. So we're basically at like a halfway point from where we were at this high point. It makes sense that people are going to take some profit. It makes sense that you're going to see people get scared of what it could be and where it could drop to. Because honestly, it could still drop back down to a level of an added zero. It's not it's not confirmed that it's going to automatically stay above these points. So it's good to see a little bit of a retracement for people that feel like they may have missed out. But it does suck for anybody that has bought in at some of the highs that were there. I mean, people are buying at those levels. So, yeah. But it's crazy to me that people will push that narrative like, oh, it's decreasing because of a mention of a burn tax. It's decreasing because we we talked about the burn tax. It's not passing now, but people are still afraid. It's like that makes no sense whatsoever. And if you truly believe that, like if you truly believe that the reason why Terra Luna Classic is decreasing is because of this thought of a burn tax or even a burn tax being implemented, um, you don't know anything about investing. And it's a standard thing that happens with investing. But, it's still decreasing and it's still going to be pushed on one side of the community versus the other. And it shouldn't be about that. It should be about us all coming together. And people are trying to bring the community together. But then there's other people that are just continuously trying to divide the community and just hates, certain people. And it's okay. Like I I burn those bridges. I don't block anybody on Twitter. So when people comment and they say stuff like that, it's just like I'm like, okay, whatever your thought is. I'm just not even gonna respond to it. And I don't know. People want to invite me to different like um live streams and stuff like that, and it's like, no, man, you burn that bridge. That bridge is done. Like there's even though I wasn't gonna do it to begin with, even if there was any little chance to do it, I'm definitely not doing it now. Dollar cost average, more bonk for me. I bought I bought when it was 28. I mean, it happens. You see the potential and you're like, this is going. I want to be a part of it. Like I bought when it was 18. So right before the Coinbase pump happened, I bought exactly when it got on Coinbase because I wanted to have it, but I didn't want to buy it on Uphold. So I bought it on Coinbase. Uh, I was just in Margex. Hope you got your referral. I probably did. I appreciate it. Do you like the platform? I really, really like the platform. Everything that they have to offer with Margex. Um, their platform is amazing. I still have a position open right now. So I didn't know if it was going to go my way, but I have a position open right now where I put $10 in here at a 100 or 50x leverage. And what I'm going to do, what I like to do is play these out for the long term. So right now I'm positive by like 12%, which is $1.26. I only spent 35 cents to actually go through that transaction. So currently I'm up, 13% on it. And I'm just going to let this sit here. Now, if XRP does decrease, a lot, I get liquidated out with $10 worth. That's my full liquidation price. And then we'll end up um, so yeah, that's my liquidation price. So hopefully, we see this push up to a level. If it pushes up to a level of $1, I gain a lot. I believe my um, profit target is set at 73 cents, which would get me about 835%. So um, that would be amazing. And I think that would be 80 dollars or something because I put $10 in there. So it would get me like $80 as it gets to 73 cents. Now I could just let this play out and just go, all right, well, I want to see this at a level of $1, which would get me 2,000% and getting me to about $290 and just let it play out for the long term, which would be amazing, right? I always want to have those plays that are going to play out for the long term. And as it does get to a level of $1, I'm able to make a little bit of money out of it here and there through these like kind of short term, maybe short term plays. So that's something that I want to do is find wherever these low points are, invest like maybe a couple like $10 or something into it, and hopefully turn it into something massive to where it can get to way higher figures. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. So I'll set that as confirmed. That's going to be my profit target is $1, which means I'll gain 800%. And if it doesn't hit there anytime soon, that's okay. We can let it run, let it live its life, and do that. So I'm trading with USDT, trading with $10 worth of USDT at 50x leverage. If you guys are interested in trading with leverage, I have a link in the chat for YouTube, for Rumble, for Twitter. I don't have anything for Twitch or Kick or anything, but I can go ahead and put that in there if you guys want to. But yeah, if you want to start trading with Margex, feel free to trade with Margex. You can trade up to 100x leverage on things like Bitcoin and BNB and Ethereum, 50x leverage for XRP, 50x leverage for Sol. You can also trade Pepe at 25x leverage, SHIB at 25x leverage, Doge at 25x leverage, and a lot of other ones at a level of 50 or 25. So 25 to 50x leverage on a lot of these plays. AVAX would have been a great play for you to get into with $10 and see that run, but you got to pick kind of the lowest level The issue is that you don't know if this is going to be the lowest level. Like my liquidation price, full liquidation price for XRP is 61.3 cents, which honestly could happen. It's very close to where we are, but obviously I want to see it run a hell of a lot more than where we are. So, or where this liquidation price is and where we are currently. So yeah, go ahead and check out Margex if you guys are interested, and sign up, start using it. You could probably use it at $10, or you can start using with $1,000 or whatever. But make sure you protect yourself, because liquidation will happen fast. If you are trading at 100x or 50x, liquidation will happen fast. So yeah, just make sure you're protecting yourself. Let's see if Bitcoin's dominance is decreasing. Whoops. Let's go back here. So we're seeing currently the market is at a $1.69 trillion market cap. So it's not too far off. Bitcoin's dominance is below 50%, which is great, which means this right here, right there, might be closer than you think, right? It might be happening sometime soon. How come you don't have XLM if you believe in XRP? So just because I have XRP doesn't mean that I need to have XLM. I am a believer in XRP, and yes, while that does prompt for a lot of people a belief in XLM, I think it just spreads your focus and what you would be using things for. So for XRP, I feel as though it's going to be heavily used in banking and normal transactions and things of that nature. And I'm not only investing for the gains there, I'm also investing for the use of what I could have with it. So that's kind of where I stand with that. And it's not necessarily just about the gains, which I could see with XLM, which I could see with XDC, but I decided to put a stop loss to minimize your losses so you don't get liquidated. Yes. So typically what I do, if I'm investing a larger amount, I put a stop loss so that I don't get liquidated. But when I start with a smaller investment, so if I'm starting with $10, I'm only looking to get like at the max get fully liquidated. So then I force my hand at a stop loss. There's a lot of people that will not force their hand at a stop loss, and they will set the stop loss and realize that they're losing, and then they'll go, you know what, let's take away that stop loss. So it's something that they can still change. And I've fallen victim to that in the past, where I've had a stop loss and I said, okay, it's decreasing, but I feel like it's going to bounce off this lower level. So let me move my stop loss a little bit. And then you either adjust it or take it away completely. And then you're like, you know what? I can stand to lose this. And then you do get fully liquidated. And you end up losing $200 or $300 versus losing 10. So it kind of forces my hand a little bit by giving me another level of security by taking $10, only investing that $10 at a 100x. And then if I do fully get liquidated, then I still live to fight another day, right? And I'm only paying a lower fee while I'm doing it. So I don't have to worry about paying $16 in a fee as you spend so much. So it's like multiple levels of security. And I always like to, kind of see those things play out the right way to see if they work. And it's more of a way to test my strategy rather than make something big of it. I'll tell you this. A few of my investments have played out the right way using that strategy. So I'm continuing to adopt that strategy, kind of if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. But I get what you mean. I force my hand on a stop loss. So full liquidation is what my stop loss would be if I put in, say $100, right? So I only want to lose $10 or $20 out of that. And that's where that full liquidation will be. Matt, what do you think of Anchor Crypto? Well, seeing how I have $1,000 worth, I think highly of it. And also, seeing how I put that in one of my previous videos that I don't know if it did well, I currently have sorry, 33,796 Anchor, or $1,000 worth of Anchor. I like it. It's another cryptocurrency that I believe has a ton of potential, ton of growth potential. I've made money from it in the past. I'm going to make money from it um, very, very soon. I expect this to easily find a way, not easily, but to find a way to hit that $10 billion market cap level, which would be a $1 point. Obviously, those are those like goals for a lot of people. When it does hit that level, obviously before that, I will take a little bit of profit, because that will be thousands of dollars that I'll be able to take. And hopefully, I'm hoping that one of these positions that I have blow up before XRP does end up pushing. And I hope that a major impact is that might be the trash company, because they're sitting outside for a while. And I think they're sitting outside for a while, not the trash, but recycling. They're sitting outside for a while because we have so many boxes that are there. Like, I'm not joking when I say we have a lot of boxes. We have a lot of boxes out there. We have Amazon box. We had one Amazon box to where we had a long Amazon box, and that box had a smaller box in it, right? And then that box had the actual box to the product in it. And I was like, what's the point of this? Why do you need so many levels of protection? And the crazy thing about it is, it wasn't electronic, it wasn't anything. It was this microphone stand. Like, it's a microphone stand. It doesn't need that much protection. It's metal. So I don't understand why you even need that. But either way, we had so many boxes, and now they're out there. But Anchor is definitely a great play for me. When it gets to that level of approaching a dollar, of course, I'll have, somewhere around $33,000. And I don't expect to put anything more in there. But then again, I do have my Kraken portfolio, to where I have a little bit of Anchor as well, which I have 1,610. And as that does decide to run and it's worth, $1,000, I will find a way to reinvest that money and redistribute that money, because that's what this portfolio is all about, is redistributing the money. I'm going to redistribute it to other positions that we do have in the market, and it's going to kind of grow itself. Hopefully that's the case. It's going to grow itself, where I'm investing into things, 100 different things, and as they do run, I throw it into other things that have a little bit more potential, or not a little bit more potential, but a little bit more consistency. So maybe a Celestia, maybe an OMG network, or a Ripple or Anchor or something like that, where I can now be able to see billions of dollars of a market cap grow to, rather than tens of millions or hundreds of millions with some of these other positions that are down here. So yeah. We have 110 people here, guys. If you can hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. We are currently at 44 likes. I want to get to somewhere around, let's say, 50, 60, 75 likes. Let's go 75 likes. So hit that like button. Also, there's people on Twitter that are watching. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let's see. What am I doing here? I'm in the wrong area. So yeah, thank you guys for watching on Twitter. We got 2 people that are watching on Twitter. We have 18 people that are watching on Rumble. So nobody else puts links in the chat besides me. I don't think you can't put a link in the YouTube chat, but Rumble chat, apparently you can. So I will be managing that. And if there are any links in there, I'm going to remove them. I don't want anybody clicking on any links that they don't need to click on. Hit the like button. I liked the hit button. Thank you. Thank you for liking the hit button. I appreciate it. what do you think about XRP in the next bull run? I'm holding and adding to my bag. What do I think about XRP? I mean, I think highly of XRP in the next bull run. I currently have 10,000 XRP and I don't plan on stopping there. You never really know. But um, yeah, I don't plan on stopping where it is. I think XRP will be massive, but it really all depends on what's happening with the SEC versus Ripple, right? Um, and also the implementation of XRP within the payment options, or implementation of XRP within the partnerships, I would say. Do you still see hope in Lunic? So I still see hope in Lunic. It's just the community keeps pushing me away. Like, I feel like they don't want me like not talking about it, and they don't want people to stop talking about it. They want people to talk about it, and but the point is that they just maybe hate a certain individual or whatever. Some people just want me to stop talking about it altogether. Like, and they're just like, you shouldn't be profiting off of this community and making videos off this community. I'm like, I I don't know. I'm I was one of the first investors at the bottom, so I feel like I'm deserving. Like I can talk about it. Like, and even if it's creating popularity and more conversations happening around that cryptocurrency itself, if less people were talking about it, then it wouldn't have any type of popularity and would go nowhere. So I don't know what people want. It's like they don't even know what they want. They just want me to agree with everything that they have to say and not focus on burning, right? They see other people that talk more and push certain narratives. I don't push any narratives. I understand that there are other things that we can have happen that can impact Terra Luna Classic's growth, and we could see the recovery. There are a lot of things that could take place, but there's one side that's saying we can only do one thing, and that's focus on building. When in reality, I know for a fact that that is not what we should focus on. It should be something that's in the back of our mind, and having different DApps and different, creators that are looking to build on chain. But it doesn't mean that we need to solely think about that, because right now we are in a recovery phase. If we were not in a recovery phase and this is where we plan to stand, we're not going to see any type of burns. We don't care about any burns or anything like that. Then that's where we focus on building, and the chain would be a lot more limited, right? But since we have people that are speculating a lot higher prices, the chain is not limited. And they're trying to limit it to a certain level and to a certain extent, to where certain people have an amount of volume, and that volume may be like $1 million worth of volume. Whoop-de-doo, $1 million worth of volume that happens on chain. This is not a lower level token. Like, this is Terra Luna Classic here. Like, it's on so many different platforms. It has so much volume, so much attention, and we shouldn't be pushing for just $1 million worth of utility, which might not even be the case, because you don't have people that want to build on chain because it's not profitable. We have no way to buy directly on chain. Most people are buying just for the trading itself. And if people are just buying for the trading itself, we need to make sure that we find a way to recover the entire chain by accessing that portion of it. What does me trading on an exchange multiple times and making sure the volume stays at 100% where it's supposed to be, right? $1 billion in volume. What does that do for the chain overall? Please tell me. Does it provide a tax, right? Does it provide any type of funding? Or is it just something that provides that person that traded on the exchange a level to trade for cheaper outside of what the own, well, technically they're trading for a little bit more. They're choosing to trade for more because the chain doesn't really charge that much. They're choosing to trade for more under Kraken and under KuCoin and under Binance and all of these places that basically have a 0.1% fee. And the chain doesn't have that, right? It's way less. So I mean, now it's a 0.5% tax overall, but you're looking at the fee that you have on the exchange. You're looking at maybe the price differences as well, the gap between, especially when you look at Terra Luna or you look at CDC. But they were choosing for a long time to literally just trade for more because it's not about the taxes. It's not about that. It's about how fast they can trade to get in, how fast they can trade to get out. Right? That's what it's all about. So I don't understand why people have to fight so much when I understand that there is a side to building. We do need to focus a bit on building, but we more need to focus about recovery. And if we focus fully on recovery, we can get where we need to get to. But, that's my opinion, I guess. You're right. We are on a recovery phase as of right now, and we should be about burns first. Make the chain look attractive first. Exactly. The chain doesn't look attractive to a lot of people because one, not only are we we're seeing different situations that are happening, or no volume and no people that are building on chain that's there. There's nobody that's going to be profitable because there's no volume there. Um, I literally lost my train of thought. I don't know why I do that all the time. That's why I tend to look away. But the problem is that I look away over here, and there's also another screen that also has a chat. And then I look over here, and then I have all of my different information there. So yeah, maybe I need some more sleep. Either way, it's not attractive for a lot of people. It's not attractive for builders. It's not attractive for people that want to buy and hold rather than just day trade all day. It's not doing anything. Actually, you're right. Yeah. I actually agree with everything you said about Luna. Well, I appreciate that. I didn't say it. There was a guy who mentioned it on Twitter, Matt on Twitter, saying how he made more money on Margex since Matt talked about it. I asked him to tell. He didn't. There was a guy who mentioned on Twitter, Matt on Twitter saying that he made more money on Margex since Matt talked about it. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are making a decent amount of money. If you have a strategy in day trading, if you literally have a great strategy in day trading, you can make a lot with Margex if you have a great strategy. Now, day trading in crypto for me is a massive learning curve because it's completely different than what I see in the stock market. The stock market, you can go by patterns, you can go by different news and how people will react with it, and also support and resistance levels hold very, very strong. The levels of the 200 EMA, the 15 moving average, do sit well, do act differently in the crypto market than they do in the stock market. So it's a little bit of a learning curve for me, and it's something where maybe I'm a little bit better with swing trading than I am with day trading. I do like day trading a lot, but I'm just trying to find that curve and exactly how it will react. So that's why I have all of these different test phase that's out where I have $10 that's invested into XRP. I might end up putting a little bit of money into Sol today, and it all depends, right? Sol has been, it's kind of positive. It's up 2.5% up to that point. I would have loved to have gotten in maybe at some of these levels at less than 100, but I honestly didn't even see it. And just throw maybe like a 100 in there and put it at a 25x or something. But yeah, I think you can definitely find a lot of positivity within Margex. If you guys want to start trading with it, feel free to use my link in the chat. If you have a decent strategy. If you don't, this is a way to learn, maybe day trading for yourself. I'm pulling out of Lunic. I see no reason to hold. I mean, I'm not gonna hate you for it. Lunic will make a great comeback. I don't disagree with you. I think they will. I just think that comeback will be limited by the fact that you're not seeing the community on the same page. If we like, I don't know why people don't understand like this look of it. I break everything down. Um, I break absolutely everything down as much as I possibly can. I'll say, here's all the different detail of how much we can burn if we do see the burn tax implemented on chain and off chain. And we have a 0.5% tax, which I believe a certain amount goes to the community. So we have that, but that's minuscule because you really don't see a lot of volume. But then you also have the exchange taxes, or we need the exchange taxes because Binance shouldn't be doing this just out of the kindness of their heart. They should be kind of forcing more or less everybody to burn with a standard transaction, right? We all have a small cost which contributes to the survival, contributes to the recovery of the chain. And the issue is that we are not agreeing upon that. If we all agree on it, exchanges will implement it, but we don't agree on it. There's a ton of people that are just like, if we implement a tax on chain or off chain, it kills the volume. First of all, it won't kill the volume. Second of all, even if it did decrease the volume, even a slight bit, what do we gain about having this volume here? What do we gain about seeing people that are trading and gaining something off of the fluctuation of the position versus the consistent growth of the position? What do we gain within the chain? Do we gain anything? No. The chain gains nothing from that. So why are we I don't know, why are we pushing so hard to focus on, utility and building on a place to where we don't have any type of volume and nobody wants to build there because we don't have any type of volume and nobody wants to buy there because we don't have the ability to buy there or sell there. So there's no day trading or swing trading or anything that's happening. We don't have a massively popular swap mechanism to where people are trading. Like if there was something comparable to a Uniswap that we can see multiple coins that are being traded across bridges or something like that, then that would be fantastic. But we can't do that because you only have a certain amount of coins that are on the chain. You can only swap between a couple of coins, right? And it's not going to help any way that we think that the this utility that we build, and I'll put it in quotes, utility that we build is going to help the chain. It's not going to help the chain. In the end, it would, because then we would find ways to do that with a chain that has a lot of volume that's happening, where there's so much popularity. More people are going on chain to stake and do whatever they're looking to do because now the chain is popular again. Before this, we saw millions upon millions of dollars. It was sitting at 10% compared to the overall volume. If we saw 100 million that was happening over in all the other, like the exchanges, the CEXs, on the DEX side, we saw about 10 million. It was at 10% of the overall volume. You know what we're sitting at now? You probably would guess 1%, but that's not right. We are at 0.1% of the volume. 0.1%. We're seeing like $100,000 off of $100 million. We're seeing such a small percentage that it's like it's not even having any type of an impact. So why do we care about just primarily building on chain? Not saying that we shouldn't. We should. We should have some focus on what will be built on chain. But do we need to spend all of our time going, okay, who's building next? Okay, you're building next? Well, we'll wait a month for you to build something and we'll see what type of impact it has. Oh, wait, you're delayed? It's going to be 3 months? Okay. Oh, wait, you're not even going to build at all? So we waited 3, 4, 5 months for you to not even do anything? Perfect. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're waiting on. That's what we're pushing for when we've had 18 months of no utility, right? Even though they claim that we would have more utility at a lower tax rate, it's honestly mind-boggling that side keeps pushing for this to happen and not for burns to happen. Like, and the stupid comments that I receive where we talk about different positions, we talk about, grok, or we talk about bonk, or we talk about whatever, and then they're like, implement a burn tax, that'll decrease the volume. Shut up. It makes no sense whatsoever. Sorry, Harper's not upstairs, but it makes no sense whatsoever for you to just bring this stuff up, and try and push a narrative now on a completely different position. It makes no sense. Like, honestly, it's something that just drives me crazy, and I want to block people, but then even blocking people is a problem where you're like, oh, well, they don't want to hear the truth. It's like, I'm open to hearing if you're going to explain exactly what happens, but when they keep bringing up the same narrative, oh, well, this position, or the fact that it had a burn tax, it decreased this because this is what we're putting together. You can honestly put anything together and say this is the reason why that happened. We live in a world where you can go on the internet and look up anything that fits your own narrative. That's what the internet is all about now. It's like, no, this article said this. This article said this. It's like this person's opinion thinks this. Not everybody that has any type of success within cryptocurrency is right about everything. Obviously, saying that CZ would say the 1.2% tax wouldn't work. First of all, he wasn't just talking about overall, because it would work, but he was talking about with his exchange alone. And if the 1.2% tax was just implemented on his exchange, people would leave to go to other exchanges that's cheaper. If it's implemented everywhere, it would 100% work. Think of it as a standard tax, just like how we get taxed 6% sales tax. That's how that would be implemented. And it would be at a much lower rate, and we would have a crazy impact because it would be billions of dollars that would flow through Terra Luna Classic on exchanges. And I guarantee if it did have any type of an impact, if we did find a way to implement it and it had this type of an impact, that they would be pushing for these burns to happen, and they would go, oh, well, this is amazing. And they would kind of push everything or shove everything or sweep everything under the rug. And then there will be those people that just will say, nope, it's going to collapse and everything's going to fail, and just, be butthurt about the situation. But we've proven that 18 months of utility, 18 months of trying to build utility, we've done nothing. So why focus on this area? Why? Why do we need to focus there? Binance decided to stop. If Binance decides to stop the burns, Lunic will sink like a brick. I don't disagree with you. I think you're absolutely right. Now, Matt, did your altcoin season sweater? Yeah, it's right here. This one came in, and now I'm going to have to create something that's not. I have the design for this, so I think what I'm going to do is put this on a t-shirt or a hoodie, and now we have that design again, because this took forever to come. And honestly, I think it's a good design. I like it, having all the different coins, and even getting the SHIB and getting the Doge and getting to Terra Luna Classic at the bottom. Like, it has all of the different cryptocurrencies that I really wanted on it. Obviously, there's some that may be missing. Like, you don't have Grok on here. You don't have, I don't think you have Bonk. You don't have Bonk on here. There's just a lot of things that you could put onto a sweater, but I think these are good to be able to have this. But then I also want to create other merch overall. And I wanted to find ones that are more or less like maybe decentralized, right? But I didn't. I ended up putting ones that may end up having the logo trademarked, honestly, or copyright. I don't know which one it is. But yeah, I agree with you that I think if Binance stops the burns, it's going to be very tough for us to see any type of a comeback. And then what's going to happen? There's going to be a narrative where it's like, you said that we were going to implement a 0.5 or 1.5% burn tax, and now look what happened. Binance stopped the burn. It's like, come on, just stop. It doesn't need to be like that. Just bring the community together. It's like, do you want to see Terra Luna Classic decrease or do you want to see it thrive? The community needs to be together. Terra Luna Classic died? I don't think it died. No. I think the community is definitely split and it's a problem. While we have a completely different mindset, like if we look at SHIB and we look at Terra Luna Classic, SHIB is probably in a lot better spot decision wise. Even though we are fully behind these ecosystem dev team, right? This ecosystem dev team that's there. If we had the chance to implement a burn tax on every single transaction on exchanges, and I was willing, like I wanted to push that on Twitter, it would get like 99% support, which is insane. Because if we go to do that on for Terra Luna Classic, it'll probably get like 70, maybe 80% support. There's a majority of people do agree. A majority of people do agree that Terra Luna Classic should have a standard tax associated with it. Validators do not agree, and these certain people within the community also don't agree and are against burn taxes as well. But there's validators that literally became a validator just to shut down these ideas. And I heard that from Mr. Diamond Hands himself. I became a validator because I'm tired of these guys pushing a burn tax. It's like, what? You became a validator not because you care about the chain, it's because you're tired of people pushing the burn tax? And I don't like to sit here and push narratives at all or push anything against somebody and make it like completely negative within the community. What I care about is the survival of the chain. That's what I care about. So that 1.5% burn proposal should have passed. Community was way too divided. Honestly, I think the community was in a good spot. Community was fine. I look at a lot of what's on Twitter and how many people voted on different things, and it's like you get massive support for the burn tax. You get some people that are like, no, we shouldn't do it. Other people that are like, no. That people that comment are usually the people that are negative, so it looks like it gets less support. The people that are positive usually don't comment. Most people that, like, say if you have a positive experience with a company, most times you're not going to go on Google and go, okay, I had a great time here, the food was good or whatever. If you had a negative experience, there is like probably a 90% chance that you're going to go on Google and put a review or go on Yelp or whatever and do a review. That's how things work. So when you see the poll that I put out and the poll ends up being 86 to 90% support, and you see a lot of the comments that are like, no, 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 it's because the people that voted yes are not going out of their way to comment because it says, like, yes says everything they needed to say. No doesn't say everything you need to say, and you have to kind of explain yourself, and sometimes they don't even do that. They'll just go no, like they'll write no or they'll click no, and then they'll comment no. And that's how mad they are, and that's how against it they are. Think about every time that you've had a positive experience and let me know how many times you wrote a review and how many times you've had a negative experience and how many times you were willing to write a review. It's probably a higher percentage chance that you're going to write a review with because you expect a positive experience. So when you get it, you're not like, oh, I congratulate them for doing this. You expected that, but you don't expect a horrible experience. So when you do get that, you write a review about it. How confident are you that Lunic will get to 2 cents this bull run? You're the only one saying it will get to 1 to 2 cents without the burns, which I agree with, but only wish others would understand. Yeah, so how confident am I? So I'm setting that as a goal without the burns. You know how you set goals that you are achievable, but only can happen as you see the support level for it rise. I feel like with Terra Luna Classic, it has that support right now, but with the community being more and more divided, it may end up losing a lot of that support. However, it still brings, a 1 cent to 2 cent price in the picture. But it does now prompt you to, or prompt people to probably get to a level to where maybe it's a point 0.007, like 75% of a penny or 70% of a penny, and then end up resisting from there because of the fact that, you're not seeing as much confidence in the future of where that will get to. You know what I mean? So it really all depends on what happens within the community. I'm pretty confident that we will see 1 cent to 2 cents in between that level, especially now, right? But again, as we see maybe the community push back on everything that we really want, if we see more burns, it opens up the door for way higher than 2 cents and all that stuff. But it brings more of a level of a guarantee to get to 1 cent. Does that make sense? But yeah, there's a lot of people that want to be completely conservative, and I understand being conservative. I'm conservative, right? I have levels to where I'm going to sell a portion of it. I already have my initial investment plus 47 $4,700 worth of profit, and I'll say 4,700, which I could round up to technically 48 because I only spent $43. But I have $4,700 worth of profit on it, and I'm going to take profit as time goes on within my my spreadsheet that I have. And let me see if I still have it here. There's going to be different levels, and I said that it may have changed to where majority does come out at 2 cents, but before that even happens at a level of 1 cent, right here, before that happens at a level of 1 cent, once we get to 0.001, I'm taking out 5 million, which is another $5,000, right? So it's not something where I'm like, okay, I'm holding everything for the end. If I was truly 100% guaranteed to get to that level, that would be my first profit taking level. But there's always that level where it's like, there's a chance where it might not. But I do think that's why I'm holding majority, and I'll probably sell 5 million here, 5 million there, and then have 20 million somewhere around the 1 cent price point, which would be 200,000, a total of 230,000 overall, if that ends up taking place. But even if it doesn't, it only gets to this point, yeah, I'll have 25,000 that I end up taking at 0.005, and there may be a point at 0.008 where people take some of that profit. But if it starts to really fall down and it doesn't show so much more, if it doesn't show so much more growth, then that's where you start taking profit as it's coming back down, and you live with that. Crypto Millie, who's Crypto Millie? uh, Yo guys, you think Bitcoin going up or down short term? 2 days. So I would have to guess, if I had to take a guess, I would say that it's more of like a lot of people are saying that it's going to be a sell the news, so buy the rumor, sell the news. But right now we are decreasing in the overall price. We're also seeing Bitcoin dominance decrease a little bit, and I would probably say that it would fall in anticipation of this, and then we would see it rise pretty heavily within the new year. And it's not even about just the anticipation, it's about people um, selling their investment right at the end of the year to recapture it in the beginning of the year. You know, so if they're taking their losses, not profit, they're taking their losses and realizing their losses. They now can write that off in taxes, or add that to their taxes. So that'll be good for them, and that's what you're typically seeing at the end of the year, which is why I was shocked to see it continue to increase up to a point. I think it was 1.73 or 1.72 trillion dollar market cap. I think some people said it got to a 1.76, but I didn't see that. maybe I wasn't looking at it, but $1.72 trillion market cap. I expect it to kind of continue to maybe decrease or stay at some of these levels, more like consolidation to slower decreasing before we see the pump in the new year. Do you think there's going to be a massive pump before the halving and then a dump right before the halving? Yeah, I can see that as well. Typically, when you have insanely bullish news, something that's going to happen like that, then yeah. Crypto Millie has a crypto YouTube channel. Well, congratulations on that. I don't know. I've never, um, no offense, like not any type of disrespect, but I've never, you know, um, heard of it. Actually, I might have come up. I don't know. I don't really watch YouTube a lot now. I try to stop watching YouTube because I get caught up in some things where people are telling me that certain people are saying things, and I'm just like, I don't care. I really don't. I don't care for the drama, and I don't want to create drama. I just want to be removed from it. And while I I won't be removed from it because I have 200,000 subscribers, so anything I do talk about within this space probably will be talked about by at least somebody. Not saying like I have any type of popularity or anything, but people for some reason like to talk about me the last 2 months. Um, Even though my content style hasn't really changed, it's just been, hey, let's talk about this guy and exactly, and maybe it's more warranted, or maybe it's more by the questions that are received. But yeah, I just don't deal with the drama. I don't like the drama. And if I have to, I don't tend to block people or anything like that. And I thought that even the thing with me and back and forth of just like, yeah, we're truly like just disagreeing. But again, I got to a point where I realized that he wasn't actually watching any of the content and understanding what was going through with it, the information that was coming with it, the detail that was coming with it, and he would just comment on it, and I was like, "You, that doesn't make sense." So now what do I do? I'm not going to just sit here and just, take it as if I. It's like, come on. In 2024, as a buy the rumor, by the news, including the world events, you would get people talking. Well, yeah, I mean, all coincidence. This is a nice sweater. What do you mean? You don't like this sweater? I designed